General Bakshi in our studios in Delhi and Maruf Raza in Delhi as well. My first question is to Barrister Zafrullah Khan and Admiral Javed Iqbal joining us from Lahore. May I ask you, Admiral Iqbal, that at least a fig leaf of deniability should be maintained unless you are now brazen about officially accepting that you are a terrorist state that funds terror groups. At least there should be a fig leaf of deniability between your government and your terror organizations. But even that seems to be gone with the open funding of the Lashkar-e-Toiba by your new government. Why?
Well, I think, is it 1st of April? I think somebody is fooling you. I'm sorry, I thought it was month of June, but you are talking as if it is 1st of April today. I'm sorry, if you cannot distinguish that a budget, an official budget of a province cannot support such activities, then either you are naive or you are mischievous. It is up to you to remove the fig leaf around which one.
Admiral Iqbal, I find it laughable, your observations, given the fact that you choose to conveniently forget that it was not the 1st of April, was it, in 2008? Was it the 1st of April in 2008 when the JUD was designated a terrorist group by the United Nations? Was it the 1st of April when your government, your Punjab government, had to seal 109 officers of the JUD? Was it April Fool's Day when 52 JUD leaders were detained, including Hafiz Saeed? Was it April Fool's Day when all that was happening, sir, or is it April Fool's Day today?
I think it is probably, you have been fooled again, because if Hafiz Saeed would have been terrorist, if the drone attacks can kill so many, then Hafiz Saeed won't be left alone. And if India can obey Washington, so does Pakistan. Pakistan dare not keep Hafiz Saeed if he was a declared terrorist, or if anything worthy of a proof can be provided against him.
Mr. Javed Iqbal, I'm completely shocked.
To do that.
I'm shocked, worried and amazed at the tone that you are taking today, but I'd let General Bakshi and Maruf Raza respond to you. First to Maruf and then to General Bakshi, because, you know, the bottom line is this, that I find that in the budget of the new government in Pakistan, they have allocated millions of rupees for the Jamaat-ud-Dawa, which is another name for the Lashkar-e-Toiba. Maruf, your response please to, first of all, Admiral Iqbal from Lahore.
Can you tell me,
Admiral sir, a couple of facts.
And you see,
Admiral sir, please let me speak. A couple of facts. Firstly, in 2001, when JUD was created and thereafter it was banned in 2008 under a UN resolution of Al-Qaeda and terrorist groups. The JUD is very clearly linked to Lashkar-e-Toiba because as far back as 1986, the MDI, which is the parent group of the Lashkar-e-Toiba and the JUD, is both headed by Hafiz Saeed. The JUD has 2,000 outlets or so in Pakistan where it collects funds. Wall Street Journal has very clearly established that even after the ban was established on the JUD, certain bank accounts were accepting and willing to accept money which were to be transferred to the JUD. And those monies were to be transferred to Lashkar-e-Toiba because the JUD website, as late as 2012, very clearly propagandas and wants to recruit for Lashkar-e-Toiba recruits. So therefore the link is very clearly established. I would like to draw your attention to a very detailed book on the history of the Lashkar-e-Toiba by Stephen Tankel and the Wall Street Journal reports. But more recently, it has also been established by Pakistani journalists and writers that many people who go to shops also are asked to give donations for the leftover of whatever shopping change they are left with, which goes to JUD. So the link is very clearly established. Now you say Hafiz Saeed could not be arrested and punished because the UN resolution banned fund collection and banned movement, but they do not ask for arrest of people and they do not ask them to be declared and punished for acts of terrorism. So Hafiz Saeed gets away every time the judges are put Hafiz Saeed across. And it is very clearly established as a pattern from 2002 onwards that Pakistan, whenever under international pressure, puts people like Hafiz Saeed under house arrest, and when the pressure gets away from Pakistan, they release him again saying there isn't enough evidence. The evidence has to be provided by your government, sir. And last point which I want to bring out, and please tell me if this is incorrect also, that the Pakistan army has been very closely involved with Lashkar-e-Toiba, does not want to open up two fronts of battle with the Taliban on one side and the Lashkar-e-Toiba on the other side, and therefore they do not get any attacks from the LET in Punjab, and Pakistan army is quite happy to let them lie low for a while after the Mumbai attack.
No, I think it is
till they can handle the Taliban threat.
The point
so
is...
therefore, evidence is, reams and reams of evidence is established. And the JUD, is very clearly the front for collecting money through
But why
bookshops,
they can collect money? But my
Islamic
question to our
literature,
guests in Pakistan is this.
And also through bank accounts, and all bank accounts were not sealed.
Well, that I can understand.
Despite
I think I
lot of
just lost
pressure
the
on
satellite feed with Lahore. I'm going to go back to them. But the question tonight is more fundamental. General Bakshi, they can raise money and they can do so blatantly because Pakistan is openly a terror state. But why does the government of Pakistan now officially hand out money from its budget in the financial year at a time when the country is almost bankrupt? Do they have a gun to their head, General Bakshi, that they have to officially allocate money for the Jamaat-ud-Dawa or the Lashkar-e-Toiba almost as if it were a ministry, a municipality or a wing of the government? Why would they do that? Are they being blackmailed?
Absolutely. Arnab, I'd like to submit that in the recently concluded elections, these extremist parties, and very specifically the Lashkar-e-Toiba, the Lashkar-e-Jhangvi, had more or less, operated in the support of Nawaz Sharif. They had not let the so-called secular parties like the PPP, the Muhajir Qawmi Movement and the Awami Party candidates campaign. They were just reduced to, door-to-door canvassing because they were not allowed to campaign. In fact, the talk was, the buzz was in the international circuit that this is not really a fair and free election. And now we are seeing the payback. The Lashkar-e-Toiba is being paid back for the services it has rendered during the election campaign in trying to staunch down, in trying to keep down the so-called secular parties in Pakistan. I would also like to bring to your notice the testimony by Stephen Tankel recently on the 12th of September in the American Senate, whereas he has said that the Lashkar-e-Toiba is operating an overground organization in the form of the Jamaat-ud-Dawa, which is running a whole lot of institutes to generate, funds which can be disassociated from the ISI. The whole aim is to give it deniability. But what we are seeing today, is stretching credibility beyond imagination. Here is a government, a civilian government, directly funding the overground organization of a terrorist
but we too are watching.
Extremist
but
party.
we too are watching and doing nothing. We aren't putting up the pressure. And my question to Barrister Zafrullah Khan. Barrister Zafrullah Khan, can you hear me?
Yes. Let me explain it to you. The money you are talking about, building of universities in Marikeh, and this Lahore is a big city, and there's 20 million people, so it is spending. So we acknowledge the things we are talking about. 7 universities are there, internet, international communication and everything. There's a government university there.
Okay, let me because I have a poor video link with you, Barrister Zafrullah Khan. While I try and get back the video link, let me put that point to General Bakshi. General Bakshi, Barrister Zafrullah Khan, he's there. Yes, Barrister, you can hear me now? You can hear me now?
Or not?
Barrister Zafrullah Khan.
Yeah, Barrister Zafrullah Khan, you can make your point again because I lost the video link with you in between. You are saying that they are funding a university.
Yes.
I
You
don't
see
understand why you need to
what
fund
you're
a
talking
university
about-
through a terror group.
What you're talking about is Yes, there are 7 universities in knowledge cities, and there's one park as well. There's a technology university already existing there, and there's a women universities already existing there. National Cricket Academy is there, because the Lahore city is a big city.